online inventory management software developed to provide inventory solution for stock tracking. It can work on phones, computers, and any browser. It can generate and scan barcode, can print receipt, can generate report by items or by product. It can also generate report by the day, by week, or by month. It can be used in different fields, such as for retail, shops, for stores, for. Now let's have a deeper dive into this app. Here you have this is the welcome. This is the welcome page. Here you have the quick links. First of all, what you have here is the task. You can create a task here or project you wish to monitor, and then you begin to monitor them here. Then if you have any concern or anything you want to share with the public, you can click here to post to forum, and if it is something about this app, it will be quickly responded to immediately. Then you have my advert. My advert is different from what you have here at the pro user. Whatever you just want to quickly say, you can click here and just post it. Everyone who is using this app will have access to it, and they can contact you. But the inventory, another stocking management of your goods and services that is done over here in the pro user side, will not be covered. It's just for you to quickly sell your goods and services, your market your goods and services. Then you shop and socialize. If you click on shop and socialize, it just take you to this shop and socialize page where you can easily do your you want to shop anything you want to buy. You click here and you have them in more one, more two. Then you have discussion. If you have anything you have sent to the forum, you'll see it there. Then all the replies to all discussion, you'll see them here. The only thing here is that you can easily search and using keyword to streamline what you are looking for. For example, let me do this. If I now come here, nothing else that here that has that spelling. I just did PIX. But if you come to more two, you have PZ phone, which have PIX. If you come to discussion, nothing like that. But if you come to reply, somebody reply this PZ here. So if you come to this search and streamline again, let's say Android, you just click here. We know nothing was here before, but in more two there was PZ 6 here before, but it's no longer there because there's no Android there. If you come to discussion, nothing there. If you come to reply, you have Android and you have PIX here. So that's how you streamline your search. The only thing is that please, when you are through, ensure you delete all the search so that you don't have issue, so that you can see everything that is being displayed again. So let's come back to this welcome page. So we are back to this welcome page. Here you have adverts, and these are the adverts like this Stanford Academic. For example, if you click on it, it's going to take you to the website. Also, if you click on the location, it's going to take you straight to the location. And if I click on to take me through. So these are the adverts. If you wish to call, you can call. Then down here you have the resources in this app. In case you want to watch any video, you just watch them there. Then if there are special announcements, you are going to see them here. These are a way to quickly communicate with the users so that we can be up to date all the time. As we can see, this app actually is the name is Sellebrety. It's actually a multitasking productivity app. It was developed to enhance your business accountability, efficiency, profitability. It can be deployed to handle diverse tasks, as we have already seen here. That has to do with inventory management, bookkeeping, simple and advanced monitoring, and reporting. If it has to do with things like sales, expenses, monitoring of your stocking trend, projects and tasks, Then even when it has to do with inflow and outflow of your stocks, of your goods, and of your cash, you can easily monitor using this app. It in order to enhance a easy interaction between user and developer, an inbuilt feedback mechanism was also put in place, just like what we have seen here before, where you can easily, for example, post to forum anything you just want. If I click here now, maybe I want to talk about Sellebrety, this very app. You now see whether I want to ask question. If it's about other software, Android, whatever, you can particularly discuss anything here, and you put in whatever. So these are inbuilt mechanism and socializing tools also. So when you are through, you click on save, and then you just go on like that. You can see the reply to any of those whatever you have posted. You can see the, if you come to shopping, if you come to reply, these are the reply, anything you post there. So we have an input quick feedback mechanism. As we have also told you, you can every goods and service that is monitored using this app is easily advertised to outside that we need them, but that depends on you. If you choose the option for such to be done, it's also free of charge, part of the package. If you select the option that, okay, let the public be able to see whatever I'm doing, this item, this goods, I have it, then you will see it. If they click on it, they will get the detail and they'll be able to reach out to you. This can, as we said, enhance your business productivity and profitability. This app run on different browsers and operating system also, whether on a phone, on a computer, on a pad, tablet, and the rest. So at this time, let's come to this very place, which is the producer. This is where the business intelligence, the high intensive productivity, the task, and the rest, the intensive drilling that this app engages in, this is where it really happens. So let me to take each of these icon one by one. Now let me to look at each of these icon, what they stand for. Please, let's start the way it is. When you get this app, the first thing you do is to add you list all the stock, all the item, all the product, all the service you wish to use it to monitor. So that's the first one. You click here to list them. You can write a short note about them, and if there is a threshold, the lowest quantity, minimum quantity that it should trigger for updates or for restocking, you enter here. Then after that, here was just for listing them. Then here you begin to restock them. Whatever quantity you have on this, so you enter here. The cost price, you enter here. After you finish doing this, is when you can now begin to make your sales with new order. So here you make the sales and you print the receipts. Then at this place, you have lists like a historical record of your sales. You have it here. Now, almost the same thing is happening here. Projects. Just all I've said here is, if it's project you want to use this app to be monitoring, please, this will be the first thing. You come here, list the projects or task. When you finish listing them, then here now, so here now, you now begin to update sequentially or subsequently whatever happens to this project here. So maybe you did maybe you bought things and there was expenditure on this project, whatever cost it, you enter here, you are now monitoring. Or you add some revenue, you sold some things, but the project brought you some money. So here you need to monitor the inflow and outflow of cash in this very project or task. It may not necessarily be financial event. It may just be that there is a project, an event you just want to be monitoring and updating. So you do that one here. So for this item monitoring is going with this item. You can actually monitor this item just the way we're monitoring this your project, which is inflow and outflow. How you monitor item, that's this item now. How you monitor is that here you will buy and sell. So when you are buying, it will be recording here also. When you are selling, it will also be recording here. So you are able to know the inflow and outflow of your product that you are buying and now you are selling them. That's what you will have there. QR code, just as it sounds, all these your tasks and projects that you listed here, all these items that you listed here, this system automatically generates QR code for them and store them here, which you now print out and use appropriately. So at this point, let's first talk about business, station, and staff. Because the structure of this app is like this. You have business as the license you just bought. Then you have stations. Then under each station, in each station, you have different staff. So here is where you have all the staff, their profile. Then here all the stations. Then this is the business. This is usually one, just one number. Here can be n more than many. It may not be more than one anyway. It can be one. Then in this place, this is where you add new staff. This place, this is where you add new station. Then here is your personal profile. If you click this place, you will see your information. So you can update your information, your personal information here. You can update the profile for staff here. Then you can update station information here, assuming there is need for update. Likewise for the business, if things have changed, you can update here. Then stock level, just as it sounds, all those items when you were listing them, if you ever provided a limit for minimum stock, you will see it here. If it has been violated, you will see it here. Then expiration date, when you were entering your restocking, maybe the item you bought, you enter there that it will soon expire on the whatever. So you see it here on display on the calendar. So here is reports. These are different reports built into this app. Report for sales, report for stocking, how you will be buying things, report as regard all the items. You will find all the items here, even whether it is project or task, you will see all here, and updates about the information about them just the way they are as currently, you will find all here. Then station performance or each of the users performance, you'll find it here. Your profit report is there. Your sales amount report in another format anyway is here. Your restock trend also in another format is here. Then this is part of your security, built-in security measure. This place, if you enter, you're able to limit whoever is using this app, whatever they can view under your license. If you don't want them to see everything here, you can reduce. You say don't see this, don't see this. They will not be able to see them anymore. So as we said, the first thing we'll do here is to enter a new. Now we want to do practical. Let's enter a new item. Let's say speed. If the item want to monitor, whether first capital or whichever one you want, no issue. Then unit of measurement, let's just say piece. Units of, it can be kg, can be whatever. So minimum stock, let's say anytime we have less than 21, let this time tell us that we have. Then here, items and item details and description. This is good. It's good you enter this because it will be used when you are doing your adverts, when it's advertising to the world. Or this is what it's going to write about this. So let's say for space, say very strong, let's say durable, though it's repetition, but just for, okay. So if you have the picture, you snap there. Then by default here, because this is an item for sale, by default is going for sale to the public. If you don't want the public to see this, you click not for sale to the public. So here we want the public to see this. Okay, so let me save this. Remember, this is just a listed item. We have not restocked it. We don't even know, the system currently does not know how many are there. Because if I come here now and say, okay, I want to make sale, later we'll come, this just for example. If I say spade, let me search for spade. Okay, if I say spade, you see that no price, nothing. Please, we are not going to do anything here because it will be very wrong. You have not listed anything, you have not restocked it, you have not restocked it, so there's nothing for it to actually sell. It will be very wrong for it to start selling. So the first thing you do after you list the name, after you add it, is to begin to restock it. So we'll come here and look for spade. Let me just say SP. Okay, so spade will come out and say what's the cost price. Let's say each piece is 500, for example. How many quantity did you get? Let's say 56 pieces. Then due date, it will not expire, so let's forget that. We don't want to. So remember, the system is saying my station ID is first division. There's another station here, but I just want to do that under first division. So we leave this for now. Let's say nothing, no remark. Let's leave remark for now. So we save it. But I want to show you one other thing that this system can do. If you come back to this list of item and you try to add spade again, look at what the system will do. It's supposed to reject it. This item already exists. Let's try to capitalize it. Let's see what will happen. It knows that it's already exists, so it will not take it. So that's one of the security feature in this app. We don't want repetition of what is already there before. It will make it to be clumsy. So the next thing we'll do is to begin to sell whatever we want to sell. Let's click. Remember, you can use barcode, but let's just don't use barcode for now. Let's say save. Let's add another one. Let's say Bob. Let's say 4, and we save. So what you do now, if you try to click save, it will now say no. How are you paying? We click save. If you want to put anything like discount, want to put anything like balance payment or remarks, customer name, you can enter. But for this, we'll just end it here, or let's just say add one item. Let's see. Let's just add one more item. So now let's save it. Now it will be updating, like synchronizing here. When you finish synchronizing, that is when you can print receipts. Otherwise, if you don't want to print receipt, you can just continue doing what you are doing. It will not affect it. But if you want to print receipt, it's good that it finishes synchronizing before you now click on completed. So I complete it. So this is the receipt that will soon print when you finish synchronizing here. It's generated the receipt online. So now it has finished. So you click on it. So if you let's open it without the bill reader. This is the format of the receipt. So this is what we just sold. Look at it. It's a tiny format like POS kind of. So you look for wireless printer, connect it to your phone or to your system. It will be printing out receipt for you. So yeah, we did not have any information about no address, no phone number. We'll try and do something now so that we can have address and phone number here and we know the implication. Now I want you to check something out here. Under my personal profile, currently I'm in first division. My station ID is first division. Now if you come to first division, let's go to station profile. Station profile. If you come to first division, if you see first division does not have address, does not also have phone number. So when I printed out that receipt, all these were blank. So let's try and change. Okay, let's check HQ. If you check HQ has address, it also has phone number. So I want to go and change my profile now to HQ. Let's go now and print receipt and see what happens. This is necessary to demonstrate the necessity for you to ensure that you fill all the fields because they are useful in one place or the other. They are useful. I cannot be able to explain all the fields you have. Make sure you fill all of them. So now in my personal profile, I want to change from first division to HQ. Now I have changed my profile. So let me come back to new order. Let me now make some new sale. Let me just do a quick one. Let me say fish. So let me add another item. This time let me use the QR code. Okay, so that's the QR code. Let me save it. Now let's see. I've changed to HQ from first division. Let's now print the receipt once this one's finished synchronizing. Let's see. Now let's print out the receipt. Let's see the effect of HQ, the difference between HQ and first division. So let's look at if all those information will come up. So now you see the difference. The same company, the same scope of business, but look at now, I have the address of HQ and the phone number to reach them. This is important, please. Everything you are doing, whether you are restocking, you are managing project, everything, make sure all the affiliated documents regarding your station, your business, all are filled, please. Thank you. So now item monitoring. Let's look at what item monitoring is all about. Let's look for a quick item. Let's look at pen. So what item monitoring basically does is your sales record, past transaction, and then please look at it, your purchase history, how you will be buying this item and how you will be selling this item. You can view if you want to view more here. You can also view if you want to view more here. Also, if you look here, you can easily do a shortcut to restocking here. There's a shortcut to restocking here. You can click to add new item you just bought, so you update this place. This price you are seeing here is actually the price that you used the last time you did your restocking. This is the latest price that you used to buy the item prior to this time you want to restock. Now the last price that this item cost when you bought it, that's what is here. Then this selling price is calculated using 50%. I set my under my business profile. I set my business will be using 15%. You can set your to anyone, but if you don't expect to be making profit, if your business is a special kind, put your percentage profit to be that should be 0%. So this here and here will now be equal. Mind you, this is restocking, it's not sales. You are restocking this item here. So think of the scenario whereby you can use this for restocking instead of this actual restocking mechanism that was built in. This is the actual restocking mechanism that was built in. If you want to use item monitoring for your restocking, if you have a special purpose to do that, so you do that. So likewise, new project. Once you will know about this project, new project is defaulting to not for sale to the public. If you have any project you want to list that you want the public to see and contact you about it, you say display to the public. But by default, this one come not for sale to the public. But for that of item, the default is for sale to the public. So maybe the task you want to monitor, it can just be baking week 1, something of that nature. Anyway, if you have any special picture for it, you do that. Then you have detail. So when you are through with that, you just save. What you have just done is that you listed a project. You have not started monitoring it. Now to monitor that project or task, you now click here. Remember, the one we just listed now is baking week 1. If you click on it, so let's click on it. If you click on it, you can add any new event to it. So baking week 1, let's say purchase of. So here you can say the cost price. It has a price. So this was the cost price. The due date, if you know that there will be a special date in the future, maybe this thing will expire or it's supposed to be exhausted, first week of 2020 or 2024 should be somewhere here. Okay, you just write it there, you set it here. You must indicate, are you going to buy it? Is it going to be an expenditure to you or is it going to be a revenue? But I believe this will be expenditure. Here we'll leave it at 1 so that, please, so that this amount here can be equal to the amount here. If it's something that's maybe water that come in liter and you need to add the quantity, if you write it there, it's going to affect this. And this system uses this for calculation, not actually this. So if it's something that is in lot, that's just 1, you write the entire amount here. But if it is something that is measurable, you write the unit amount here, and then the quantity you write here. But let's remove that 5, let's make it 1. So I'll save that. So this is now the first history. But look here, the information is going to come up. Yes, I've spent 55,000. That's updated that this project I've spent some money on that project. Whereas on the same project, if I now make some money, please, it's a Christmas time, so there will be some fireworks So don't be afraid, it's not war, it's just celebration by some people. So yeah, remarks. Yeah, sales of, so yeah, I say sales of 50 loaves of bread. Yeah, this was the last amount that in this project we used, so it will appear here as default. So you change it to whatever you think now. Let's say after we make that sales, we were able to make this amount. Please, it's just hypothetical. Let's see, it's just hypothetical, please. So but this time it's no longer expenditure, rather it is revenue. It is now revenue, no due dates. Let's just leave that. So the quantity will be 1, so that this money can be equal to the money here. Otherwise, if you were saying each loaf is to be measured, okay, let's just change this now to loaves of bread. Sales of loaves of bread, each one, let's say each one was 800, and the pieces that we sold were 50. Let's see what this total will now be. So 40,000. Okay, let's make it like this. But you know what I'm just trying to do? I'm just trying to make you know how we use this app. Remember, this is the one the computer is going to take, not this. Okay? So now let's save it. And remember, this no longer expenditure, is revenue. Let's save it. Let's see the implication here. Just watch what is going to happen here. Just watch. We have a revenue. You see, it has reduced the expenditure. So if we make more sale now, we may be able to get even and make profit. Let's say again we made sales of loaves of bread. Now this cost price will now be useful to me, because this was what I used before. It's now the quantity now that I will change. The quantity, let's say another 50 of just 50. So let's see what we have here. So I make another 40,000. So let me save it. Okay. Is it expenditure or revenue? Please, this is revenue. So now let's save it. Let's see the part here is synchronizing. Let's see the part here. Let's see the part here. Now we have made gain. We are no longer, the revenue is now more than the expenditure. Now this is just one of the scenario, please. So one of the scenario in which we monitor what we may call projects, or what we may call task. Let's look at other scenario we once had. Now this is a biology class. If you check here, it does not involve money. This man was just using it to monitor his lecture notes, of which if you click on it, you can edit this lecture notes. The lecturer talked about digestive system on the so and so. Again, the lecturer came and said the topic was very interesting. You can update it if anything change. So that's one other project or task. Thank you. Let's look at another task. This task, this man is a patient under a certain doctor. So the doctor was monitoring how much he will collect from the patient anytime the patient comes. So they were all revenue to him. So the first day, the patient was in critical condition. The patient began to improve. Then the patient was discharged. So also this is another project house number 24. So this is how the person started. He made perimeter fencing. This was the cost amount. Supply of water, this was the cost amount. Supply of diesel, this was cost amount. then it shows scrap. So these were expenditure, this is revenue. Let's see. So this is it, expenditure, revenue. The details about these things, they are all here. Look at them here. These are the details of the total expenditure, the total revenue. Then the net, this is now the net amount spent on this project. It will appear here. So it's left for you to think about how to customize your scenario to be able to fit in. If you are not using it to monitor items, if you are not using it to monitor your goods, your services, you want to use to monitor your projects, your task, or just try and know how you fit it in, and at the end you're able to get your reports. And please look at this report very well. This report, you will need them subsequently. I think that should be all for project monitoring. But just a quick recap, as we said, that special project, you can use it, project task monitoring. You can use it to monitor things like medical issues. You can use it to take personal note, building projects, any other project. The inflow and outflow of warehouse, the things in a warehouse, even the total daily sale. For example, if you have a business and you will not be able to take record of every transaction, but rather at the end of the day, you want to be able to know the total that was sold day by day. So you can create a special project and say daily sales monitor. So on day so and so, the total amount sold, you write it. The other day, total amount sold, you write it. The other day. And if any of those days you also had expenditure, that you can also write it, under it. And before you know, it will be updating your total say inflow and outflow on a daily basis. That one now, you are not just monitoring an item or stock. You are monitoring your sales and block. So it's now a task or like a project. So you can also use to monitor things like every room or apartment in a hotel. If you don't want to be issuing receipt, if you want to be issuing receipt, see those hotel apartments as items, goods, and services, and begin to do the normal transaction we did before. Otherwise, if you want to monitor each of them as task or project, you list them as projects, as tasks, and anytime somebody pay for them, you write the amount the person paid, which will be repeating, and you always see it there as default, because anytime you write the first time, subsequently the amount will appear. You just need to enter and save, then say it's not expenditure, rather it's revenue. And before you know, you have a comprehensive report of how each of those apartments in your hotel or in your base, how much they fare. I'm just using this as example. There are other things that you can use it for. Cost and revenue of a particular project, which we have done before, baking, cooking, and so on and so forth. Even if you need assistance, you can call us so that we help you to customize your very need, to suit the capability of this application. So now let's see QR code, as we just straightforward. Every project, every item, every stock, every task, they automatically convert to a QR code here, which you can print out and utilize subsequently. For your expenses, no need for this. Your expenses, create it as a project or as a task, and begin to subsequently add everything that comes in and see it as expenditure, not as revenue. See it as something you spend, and it will be monitoring your expenses. With time, you'll be able to know what you use expenses in certain period of time. Here you add new staff. It's just a form. You click, make sure you fill in all the requirements, and select the appropriate station. this station will not come up except you have already entered it into the database before. Therefore, make sure you add all the station you need to add in the application so that you see them to use for each of the staff you will bring in. Nevertheless, if you have just one station, it will always default to that one and use it for that one. So then this now profile, your personal profile. I using this app right now on this phone. This is my profile. FO Smart CHQ. We just changed to SQ the other time. You are expected to fill everything here. They will be required. Please fill. This is the profile of station. So we have two stations here. You can see the profile and update if need be. Then the profile of the business. This is the overall. This is where the license is domicile. So you have to write the name, enter the name of the business, the country, the address. And I will also advise you ensure that your GPS is captured. There's a need for it. All your business or whatever you are selling, there's a way it display to people nearby using the GPS. It's very important. So the next one there is stock level. So I haven't entered the threshold or minimum stock level. Here, the system tell you which one is good, which one is low stock, which one is out of stock, so that you take the necessary action. Then the expiration, whatever date you wrote for your stocks, for your item, even for your project, they will appear here. It's only advise you to take necessary action. Whatever way, whether it's expiration, whether it's an action you need to take, you see you're there. Then now by date, this is just a list, not on a calendar. The date of you need to take an action. Look at that baking the other time, the 7th of January 2024. So it's there. Apple, another one is expiration, is going to expire by that day. So that's how you use that. So basically from here is reports. Most of the things here are report. Report says. So this is a chart showing the proportion of your say. AA8 is accounting for bulk say 89% with that amount that is displayed. But let's see how you can do some filter here. Let's change the start date and see the implication. Let's reset the start date. The change is just minimal. Let's say affect it. Let's say change it. Let's set. So it has changed. So start date, end date affects that. Even if you want to minimize the item you're interested in monitoring, you'll say those two. Look at it, you only pick those two. And if you're interested in a certain user that you want to see what the person is doing, let's see. Okay, it's the same user that did all this stuff. So let me clear this. Actually, you know what I'm doing. So the details about all this, start there, end there, you see them here. Then the bar chart about some of these items which you selected here. There was no filtration here anymore. So all the items in your database within those start there and end there, this all the transaction what was sold. Got this sales report. The same approach apply to stocking, or every time you were restocking. So the same apply here, start date, end date, user who did the stocking, you can clear, and these the details. So when you now come to master reports, what I want you to know here is that here start date and end date does not work, because this is the entire item we are talking about, please. This is the entire item. So Start date and end date will not affect entire item. Let me change it so that you see that it will not affect it. It will never affect it. It will not affect it. The only thing that will affect item report like this is the item itself. Let me select just few items. I don't need all the item. Only interested in 2 items. So apple to egg, the proportion is so much. Apple took bulk of the transaction, but let's see if we can see another thing that look alike. Let's try and see. Okay, so talking about egg, hen, and pen, so you can see their behavior proportion by cost of available goods. So in your stock or in your warehouse, what is left by amount of their costs, not what you used to sell them, but the amount used in buying them. This is the proportion, and is taking bulk of that amount. So this is it by bar chart, and this is the detail over here. Kindly note that this feed affects the output. Please just know this feed affects the output. Let me try and observe something. Okay, it does not. The only thing you must do is that sometime when you just enter newly, ensure you clear this feed, please. But it affects here. This is what I'm saying. It affects there. It affects here. It does not affect here, please. What I'm trying to say, some of these things affect in some places. When you're using it, just try and know. Some affect here, some affect here, some affect here, and some do not affect, But by the time you calm down, you're able to look through it. You'll be able to understand what we are talking about. If you have any issue understanding or interpreting your report, you can reach out to us or the admin that is helping you to monitor it. They will know better. But you also, you can be your admin and know and understand these things. So when you come to now item, you can click on any of the item. They now have details about the item. Past sale on the item, past restock on the item. This item, mind you, can be project, can be task, can be restocking, but this is the past historical event. You can view details and more. So the reporting is very robust, please. It's very robust. You can, if you just have your time, you go through. But you may not need all this report. At the end, the one you will need, you will find it somewhere. I can assure you of that. The one you will need concerning that will fit your very business requirement, you will see it. So let's go and check other reports. So when we come to station and user performance, let's check see, here was for the whole month, by stations. So here, this is the total sale of these stations. Let me know what each station, how each station is performing. So this by date. Now each person in that station, this is what they have sold. So you can know the station performance and the individual performance and the item. So that was for station performance. Now your profit report. Here is saying that for this business, for using this license, the total profit is this. This how each of the station made their profit. So you can dive in by month, by week, by dates, and even the very item that brought the profits, you can know. So sales amount, you can also find out or report about the sales amounts. This, though we had this before, but in another format. So the application is very robust. We are doing this any way you need your report. You will find one of these that meets it. Now, okay, report says, let's go to restock trend. So this is the amount you have used to buy things within that year for each station, and by date and per equipment on those stations. But if you see, everything here is mixed up because we are trying to demonstrate for item, this is an item, for project, this is a project, just like that. Everything is mixed up because we are demonstrating for, but you will use it for your specific needs. So it will not be that complicated. And your report, you will easily understand your report. So when we come here, views right, this is now security. I'm FO Smart, I'm active, but let me do something. For the same FO Smart, I just want you to see these two records, these two views. Let me also include view right so that I don't go and lock myself out. So when I say done, I come here. These are the only things I can see now because I've used view right to restrict what I can see. I'm doing this locally, but ideally, I'm supposed to do it for other people, other users of this app, the colleagues that are using this app. I can do it to eBay, I can do it to any other person. Then the status, what status does is this. Maybe we'll demonstrate this. So let me clear this restriction on my profile. Let me go back, and now I can see everything. But now I want to lock myself out so that you see the implication of these security filters. Maybe somebody in the company, you no longer want the person has been laid off, or his function has changed, so he does not have need for this app in his phone anymore. So this is this app on a computer. I will go to this pro user, then I will go to view right. This view right, I will click on edit. I will go to FO Smart. Remember this FO Smart, to go and tell FO Smart instead of being active, I will say FO Smart be inactive. Let me save it. Now let's watch what's going to happen to me. Let's watch what's going to happen to me. I'm back. Let me just watch what's going to happen to me. I've said I'm now inactive. Let's see. Let me just update, refresh. Let's see, synchronize. Now, as the system synchronized, it said access denied, contact the administrator. Okay, but if I come here, FO Smart can still see the mall, can still see the public things, can still see what they are discussing. So now, what now happened to something like this task? Because this task is still a secure information. So FO Smart want to try to enter where he has been locked out from this open space. So FO Smart will now say, okay, let me click on task. If you click on task, it will now be taken to mall. Mall is a public place. It will not be allowed to enter the app. Okay, create new task from here. It's not able to create new task. It's still being brought to a public space. Say go and buy things. I think you need to buy things. So no longer allow into junior donor company. So this is the way it is. So I will go and unlock it again so that you see the implication. So I will come here again. I will edit. I'll come to FO Smart and I'll say FO Smart become active again. Then I will save it. Now I've saved it. So let me synchronize again. Let me try and update this, refresh. So I take effect immediately. Now I'm back. So remember, let me clear this restriction. Save. So I can see everything here. The other security level is at the general level for everyone that is trying to enter into this app. If you come to profile business, you will see something called block unauthorized new user. It was deactivated, it was grayed out. What that means is that if somebody have the credentials, the account of license of anyone, he can run this app on his phone and he will see everything. But if this is marked yes, it's trying to say block unauthorized users, block unauthorized new user. Any new user who has not hitherto logged in prior to this time will not be able to log into this. Even if you have all the information, the password, the license, the ID and everything, it will not allow you to come in because such right has been disabled. So the person will quickly come, the admin will quickly unlock it for the person to come in, and when the person comes in, we lock it again. So you lock at the general level and you also lock at the granular level that we just saw the other time. So this is how you secure this app. You don't have to be afraid. Install it for all your colleagues and staff that needs to have it, because it will even help to boost your business. The more people who have the app on their phone, the more they can see your goods and services somewhere. So you can always log them out. So that's basically it. And remember, we'll continue to update each other. If you have anything, go to post to forum and just add. You want to say anything about the Sellebrety App, you ask your question. Once you ask your question, someone will quickly respond to you, because everyone will be seeing it. So as I said before, these are adverts. Bring your adverts for us so that we help you to advance the cause of your business. Also, always watch out for this special information here, special announcement. And God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. Don't forget, there will still be other videos. Watch out for those ones.